Hello, everyone who's tuning in. Today we'll be analyzing a topic that's stirring up controversy in American politics. Jon Stewart, one of the sharpest and funniest political commentators in the U.S., has just publicly criticized Vice President Kamala Harris. The reason? Harris's answer to why she didn't choose Pete Buttigieg as her running mate when she was running for president has made Stewart and many others feel uneasy about her consistency on LGBTQ+ rights. What do you think about a politician who claims to support diversity but excludes a gay individual because it's too risky for public image? Let's find out. Note: this video is purely for analysis and reference purposes. It does not represent any political organization or media outlet. The controversy began with an excerpt from Kamala Harris's soon-to-be-published memoir, 107 Days. In it, she revealed that she had once considered choosing Pete Buttigieg as her running mate during her 2020 presidential campaign. However, she ultimately decided not to select Buttigieg, reasoning that a ticket consisting of a black woman with a Jewish husband and an openly gay man might be perceived by the public as too different, posing significant media and political risks. This statement sparked a strong reaction from Jon Stewart on The Daily Show. He argued, "You can't claim to support the LGBTQ+ community and then exclude someone because they are LGBTQ+. It wasn't just Stewart. Many journalists, activists, and politicians have weighed in, both in support and in opposition to her remarks. In today's deeply polarized American political landscape, identity factors such as race, gender, and sexual orientation are no longer secondary issues. They have become central to political debates. Kamala Harris stands as a symbol of diversity in the Biden administration. She's the first woman of color to serve as vice president and has repeatedly asserted her unwavering support for LGBTQ+ rights. But that's exactly why her explanation has sparked controversy. If she truly believes in diversity, then why would she consider a ticket that's too diverse to be a political risk?
Western media outlets such as The Guardian, CNN, and MSNBC have offered differing perspectives. While some commentators have described this as a realistic and honest view of political strategy, others have called it a surrender to societal prejudice. Rachel Maddow, a well-known MSNBC host and openly gay journalist, directly asked Harris in a recent interview, "Did you assess that American voters are not ready to embrace a gay candidate?" Harris did not deny it, but stated that it was a strategic consideration, not a personal prejudice. Some regional political analysts, particularly from battleground states like Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, have argued that too sudden a display of diversity could indeed provoke backlash among certain traditional voter groups. However, this does not mean that politicians should compromise with prejudice. Instead, they should lead society in overcoming it. Here, there are two seemingly contradictory but valid points. On one hand, Harris is entirely justified in worrying about political risk, something any candidate must consider, especially in a high-stakes race like a presidential election. On the other hand, stating it publicly gives the impression that she is acknowledging the existence of prejudice and even acting in accordance with it, rather than rising above it. Jon Stewart's sharp reaction stems from a feeling that trust in the integrity of political leaders is being damaged.
This incident could harm Kamala Harris's personal image, especially among LGBTQ+ voters and young people, those who have long looked to her as a symbol of progress and justice. It also provides a profound lesson for future political candidates. Diversity cannot simply be a slogan. It must be a consistent commitment. In the international community, particularly in Europe and Canada, where LGBTQ+ rights are considered core values, this event has sparked debates in forums and the press. Some analysts in France and Germany argue that the U.S. is still struggling between progressive ideals and conservative realities, a struggle that affects the image of the beacon of democracy America seeks to uphold. This controversy may force Harris and her team to clarify her stance and political convictions. It also opens up a deeper debate within the Democratic Party. How can they remain faithful to progressive values while still winning elections? In short, the story of Kamala Harris and Pete Buttigieg is not just about a personnel decision. It is a test of political honesty, of faith in diversity, and of how leaders confront prejudice. Is Harris simply being pragmatic, or does this reveal that American politics is still hesitant about difference? Is Jon Stewart overreacting, or is he voicing the public's disappointment? What do you think? Is this just a small detail or a true turning point in modern political trust? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts.